As a physician and descendant of a French Catholic family, the choice of my profession gave me a culture solid science that prepared me very little for a mystical life. Not that I did not believe in God, but the dogmas and rites of Christianity in general and of the Catholicism in particular has never allowed me to feel His presence. So, my unity feeling for God forbade my acceptance of the dogma of the Trinity and, consequently, of the divinity of Jesus Christ. Without knowing Islam yet, I was already believing in the first part of the kalima, La ilaha illallah, Allah. There is no such thing as deity except Allah. And in these verses of the Qur'an, say, He is God, the One, God, the Absolute. It never generated or was generated, and no one is like Him. Quran 112, 1-4. So, it was first of all for reasons metaphysics that adhered to Islam. Other reasons, too, led me to this. By example, my refusal to accept Catholic priests, who, more or less, claim to possess in the name of God the power to forgive the sins of men. Beyond in addition, I have never been able to admit the Catholic rite of communion, through the host, or holy bread, representing the body of Jesus Christ, a ritual that seems to me to be to the totemic practices of primitive peoples, where the body of the ancestral totem, the taboo of the living, had to be consumed after its death, to better assimilate his personality. Another point that took me away from the Christianity was the absolute silence that is maintained in relation to the cleansing of the body, particularly before prayers, which always seemed to me an offense against God. Because if He has given us a soul, He has also given us a body, which has not yet given us a soul. We have the right to neglect. The same silence can be observed, and in this way mixed with hostility, in relation to the physiological life of the human being, whereas at this point Islam seemed to me to be the only religion according to the human nature. The essential and definitive element of my conversion to Islam was the Quran. I began to study it, before my conversion, with the critical spirit of a Western intellectual, and I owe much to the magnificent work by Mr. Malik Benabi, entitled Le Phénomène Coranique, the Quranic phenomenon, which convinced me of being divinely revealed. There are certain verses in this book, the Quran, revealed more than 13 centuries ago, which teach exactly the same notions that modern scientific researchers. That definitely me convinced, and I converted to the second part of kalima, Muhammad Rasul, Allah, Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. That was my reason for introducing myself on February 20, 1953 at the mosque in Paris, where I declared my faith in Islam. I was registered as a Muslim by the Mufti of the Paris Mosque and given the name of Ali Selman. I am very happy with my new faith and I proclaim once again, I testify that there is no God but be Allah, and that Muhammad is a servant and messenger of Allah.